Yeah. Many of you will know me. My name is Geny Caloisi, and I am a yoga teacher and an Ayurveda consultant. And I'm doing this live apparition here today, just to share with you what's happened in the last year, what I'm hoping to bring into this year, and to also open up a door for you to come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. A lot of my students will know that when things happen on their lives and they share them with me, I have many times the chance to contribute with what I know, with what I can bring to the equation, and also many times knowing what's happening to you will shape what I do for my classes and the workshops that I do and the things that I bring into the meditations I offer, etc. So what has happened in 2020? In 2020, as we know, we started a pandemic and we went into lockdown, and this meant that a lot of my work at gyms was suspended. So I also wanted to continue supporting my students. So what I did was, I think we went into lockdown on the 18th of March, 19th of March. By the 20th, I was doing classes online for everybody. We had about 20 days of 20 classes every single morning. And these classes were all donation based. Anyone could come. And I tried out different times of the day, and that then shaped the regular classes that I do. So my live my live Zoom classes are in the morning. I have 3 starting days with yoga from Tuesday to Thursday, and I have 2 in the evenings. Now that we are in 2021 and most of us are working from home, there have been some people requesting classes at other times, like for teachers, maybe that finish at 3:30 p.m. or 4:30 in the afternoon class seems to be something that they would like to have. So I am always open to starting new classes. What are the conditions for me to start a new class? First of all, I need to have the people, because obviously I dedicate my time and I prepare the classes. So I want to have at least 6 people to start a new slot, a new class. And something that I really like to do when I have my classes is to have regular students. Because when we have regular students, and people that come to my classes will testify on that, we start creating a group and we work together. I know you and you know me, and there is a logic behind what I'm doing. So most of my courses or my classes are organized in groups of 6. So if you book 6 lessons from the beginning of the term or the course time, then you will get a nice discount. On the daily classes, the morning classes, which are only half an hour, you can also have six classes and get a discount. So all of that is available to you on the regular basis. Now, there are also other things that we do together, and last year have been amazing and lots of fun, like the seasonal challenges. So the seasonal challenges they are going to be 4 this year, for the spring, the summer, and the autumn and the winter. So we have 2 solstices and 2 equinoxes. And on the solstices, we do the 108 sun salutations. And I know that some people might think, oh my God, 108 sun salutations are too many. And they can be, but they can also be an opportunity to surprise yourself and to do something new. Last year, I can't tell you how over the moon I was when I organized these events, and I did it for charity. And we had a huge contribution. as a community, as a yoga community, we have contributed only on the winter solstice. We have £650 donated to the homeless. And this is, I can't tell you how magnificent you are, how amazing this contribution is. We contributed to Save the Children and the Changing Minds charity. And we can contribute to other causes if you bring it to my attention. So for the coming challenges, just open up and let me know what your objectives are, and if you know of organizations that could do with our support. Then we also have the other events, so before I move on to the other events, I put it on the calendar, and look, it all falls on the third Sunday of March, June, September, and December. So these are the dates for the challenges, the seasonal changes. So the seasonal change for the spring is on the 21st of March. That's an equinox. The summer solstice is going to be on the 20th of March. Obviously, the equinox itself is on the 21st. In September, on the 19th, Sunday 19th, we're going to do the autumn equinox. And in December, on the 19th of December, we'll do the winter solstice. So those days, you can put them on the diary, and I will remind you as we go along. I also would like to bring to you mini retreats. So these mini retreats are going to be 2.5 days of different touch points during the day, where we're going to have focuses on whatever it might be. So the mini retreats can be combined with the seasonal changes, and they can be for other motives, other objectives. Like, these days, lots of people tell me that they are very stressed on their neck and shoulders because they are working on the computer all the time. So what about a retreat where we talk about ways of eating from the Ayurveda point of view, so that there is less pain in the body and there is detoxification? We also do yoga, and we do meditations, and we do some journaling, so that we all gear out to releasing the neck and shoulders, learning how to sit, how to position yourself to get a better use of your space, of your time, and to keep the body healthier for longer. And other things I was doing last year, I did lots of face yoga. How about that? Doing a bit of face yoga to keep the muscles on the face working for longer and keep your youth for longer. So I have lots and lots of ideas for workshops. But one of the things that I don't want to do when I communicate with my people, with my community, is to overwhelm with too many emails. I know that too many emails can be bothersome, and I definitely don't want to do that. So I welcome any suggestions of ways that you would like to communicate. My website will normally have the things that I communicate by email. So if you prefer to just go and search for it instead of getting the information onto your inbox, you can do that. You can search it on my website. Facebook and Instagram, I try to keep them up to date. I don't always succeed in that. So the email is always safer place. Little sip. I'm drinking chai tea. So it's a nice mixture of a bit of black tea, but also spices to help you digest the caffeine, etc. Okay, so my regular classes are all available to be booked, as I say, on blocks. I also offer you the option to book for the recording as well. So this is something I want to make a particular point. You can book a recording if you booked the class. I've only made the recordings £1 so that it isn't a big investment for you. So if the class is £5, you pay for the plus, the recording, and for £6, you can come to the class live. And if you didn't make it, you can have the recording. The recordings are not meant to be purchased individually. If I open it up for everybody to buy a recording for £1, then my classes will be deserted and nobody will be there. Can you imagine? So I do want live classes to have people turning up. So last year, I didn't offer any recordings because my criteria was I want people to be there. And it is as close as a live class as I can make it. Then I realized that many times it's difficult to know what's going to happen. I mean, it has been very difficult for me to know what's going to happen when gyms open up. I was doing all of my online classes plus all of the in-person classes. And I was traveling from Westgate into London and from London into Westgate. And it was like, oh, crazy, crazy, crazy. But we have to adapt. This is my yoga at the moment, adapting to what's coming up, what the government is bringing for us, what the COVID is bringing for us. So apologies if at any point my communication wasn't spot on. I try to be as clear and as and communicate as far ahead as I can, so that you know what's happening. So that's from the class's point of view. And from myself, I said that I was going to share my journey up to now. And I know that many of you know me already. But these are the questions that I always get on my yoga holidays and when I meet people, you know. How did you start? How long have you been a yoga teacher? Where did you study? And what type of yoga do we do? So what type of yoga do we do? Well, we do Geny's yoga. By now, like with everybody that has been teaching something for quite a while, you make it your own. My lineage, the studies that I did was Ashtanga yoga, but I also learned the Iyengar alignment. I also learned the yin yoga during my yoga teaching training. And something really important that I learned was Ayurveda. And Ayurveda is something that I'm always trying to bring into the equation for yoga. So Ayurveda is a sister science to yoga, and it means the science of life. And whilst I was doing my yoga teaching training in 2012 in India, in Goa, I've learned about Ayurveda. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is a completely new world. Ayurveda helps you to understand what's happening with you, what's happening with the environment, and then make a little bit of therapeutic lifestyle changes, so TLC, so that you can get the best out of life. So when we are working in our yoga classes and we work with the elements of space, air, fire, water, and earth, or we work with the seasons, or we work with the chakras, what we're doing is bringing the other levels, the Ayurveda level, to our practice. And this will give you a different understanding. It's like when you come to one of my classes and you put an intention for the class, or you don't. If you don't put an intention, then your class is less profound. Try it and see how you feel. So I want to share more about Ayurveda with you. I want to tell you about the ways that I cook, the spices I use, why they are recommended, and how you can incorporate it in your life. So if you're interested about those things, do let me know and watch out for workshops that will come up. So what did I do before? How did I come into yoga? I came to becoming a yoga teacher because I had been working as a journalist for about 10 or 12 years, and my back was killing me. I was really suffering from my back. And I also suffered from stress, because the job of being a journalist is quite demanding in terms of deadlines and being in front of a computer and talking to lots of people, etc. So a friend of mine from Argentina, Chelo, was in London, and he came with me to do a bit of dancing. Well, he doesn't do a lot of dancing, but he accompanied me to some Lindy Hop dancing. I do, if you don't know that about me, I used to do lots of dancing. Tango, Lindy Hop, Charleston, salsa, you name it, I dance it. And I love dancing still. So he came to me with me to this class, and he said to me, Jenny, when you're doing physical stuff, your face transformed. Why don't you do more with your body? And I thought, yeah, why not? And you know, these passing comments that you don't know why they come to you. And then about a year later, I was researching about what to do with regards to yoga, and I became a yoga teacher. I just went to India. I didn't know what style I was training on. I didn't know how many styles of yoga there were. It was very intensive. I did the anatomy and physiology and philosophy and everything in compressed time. So I was like, whew, like if a track passed over me. And then you come back to London and you think, what do I do now? And I was very fortunate to be able to start straight away at True Gym. That was the first gym where I taught, and I still have in my heart all of those students. And speaking about students in my heart, I want you to know, each one of you, the ones that are watching online, the ones that are watching the replay, that you count. When I come into a yoga class, it's not how many people do I have in numbers, it's who is there. And every time I see your names, my heart lights up, because each one of you are essential to this yoga community, not just to me, but to the whole community. So it counts. Whether you come or not come counts. Always, always. So yes, the True Gym classes, I was still doing journalism and teaching, first once a week, then twice a week. Then I started expanding to Bannatynes, to Virgin Active, David Lloyd. I was teaching sometimes in Canary Wharf, and also at having private students, and sometimes one-to-ones and sometimes one-to-two, because I also teach couples or families. So these are things that are available to you. And things that I like the most is when I am able to teach to people that that are engaged, that really bring something to the equation. And sometimes, we say that we attract people that are like me. Sometimes my students are difficult. Sometimes I get people that are like questioning me. It's like, what about this? And why did you do that? Last year I had a big questioning from a student saying, why do you call your company Che Yoga? And I said, well, because Che is a term that we use in Argentina, where I'm from, and we call each other Che. It's like saying, hey, you, Che. And Che Guevara was Argentinian, and that's why they call him Che Guevara, because he was like, Che, you, hey, whatever. So this person questioned me again, saying, well, but you always teach about peace and this and the other, and Che Guevara was all about revolution and death and killing. And so, well, this is obviously not the killing and the death and all of that is not what I'm bringing. But I know that Che Guevara had a lot of good things. He wanted to bring equality for the poor. He was a doctor, so he was doing a lot of acts. And we can identify with some people. I don't identify with Che Guevara necessarily, but I do identify with the concept of revolution. So this is the yoga revolution, your own revolution. And revolution means change, means transformation, means bringing into equation something that is new and daring to do what you can to make your life the best that it can be. So this is why Che yoga. Lots of yoga teachers call, yoga with Geny, yoga with Adrienne, yoga with, and I went for Che yoga. So hopefully you will always find me from that side. What else do I have? So what I have done, I've done lots of traveling in my life. I traveled through Asia, through Europe. On my times as a journalist, I was very, very fortunate. I went to Libya and did a concert, reported on a concert for Saif Gaddafi. I was at the Beijing Olympics. I was in very big events and always had the fortune of being able to rub shoulders with people that I wouldn't otherwise. And I love it. I love talking to people. I love being in an event and converting what I've learned into something that can be digested by others. What type of journalism did I do? Technology. I used to report on audiovisual technology, business to business. So quite different to yoga and Ayurveda. But I liked it. It was interesting and always changing. And in a way, it allows me today to be using technology to communicate with you. What else did I do? I did graphic design was my first degree that I didn't finish. Then I did a year of catering. I was working as a chef in Argentina because my grandmother used to say, facial powder attracts men, but baking powder keeps them at home. So all girls need to learn how to cook, and boys as well. It works the other way around as well. And then I went to a big trip in Asia, and I discovered that communications was my thing. So went back to Argentina, changed careers once again into communication sciences. And then I came to Europe with 4 friends doing a big European journey, and went dancing tango one night. I was backpacking, so my tango shoes were the only luxury item in my rucksack. And went dancing, met a guy, called my mum, said, "Mum, I'm not coming back." And I stayed in London with my backpack, and that was it. And it was like a humongous change. I had to learn the language. Many times I said that my relationship was based in a misunderstanding. He probably said, "See you later." He was a proper Cockney. And I said, "Okay, I'm staying." The poor guy had to marry me and everything. We were together for 7 years, and then it didn't work out anymore, and I divorced. So yeah, I now have a lovely partner called Peter. Many of you know him. He comes to the classes sometimes. He's saying, "Yeah, that's me." He's in the other room listening. And here I am. I'm your yoga teacher, your friend, your Ayurveda consultant, hopefully a person that can bring inspiration and a bit of a constancy in your life in these times of change. So that's it. I didn't want this talk to be any longer than half an hour, and this is it. If there are any questions or anything that I missed out, please ask it either on Instagram or on Facebook. And if there is anything that comes to you later on, then just talk to me, call me, email me. Many of you have my details, so feel free to communicate. So anything from anyone right now? Or is it all clear? all clear.
I like, hi Jenny, I like maybe get more information about the Ayurveda that you were mentioned. I'm thinking of learning that as well. So as you were saying, maybe you're planning some workshops. So yes, please keep me in the loop about them.
I will. Absolutely. Yes. I will keep you in the loop. And
you know that, there's some ideas as well. Like I was thinking, sometimes I was wondering if maybe something to keep in mind is maybe do some sort of like a gift vouchers or something, because sometimes I feel I would like to give like a voucher for attending one of your classes, or maybe like the Nidra meditation. And like, for example, I was thinking about that during Christmas time. I thought, oh, that would be nice as a present for somebody.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, I do actually do that. Some people have requested it, and I do a voucher and things, gift vouchers for one-to-one consultations or yoga classes and things like that. And I know that each person has different needs. So one of the things that I would like to do with my students is to talk about what your needs are. Just have a chat, open up. Yes, having gift vouchers. Maybe I will see, Laura, maybe I can put it somewhere on my website. One of the difficulties I find with digital products is how to present them. So how do you pay for it? How do you present it? How do you advertise it? Those kind of things are not always easy. Many of you will know that I have been wanting to do a membership option for a while, but all of the different alternatives that I have, I didn't like the interface. So I don't have a lot of time for looking things around. I want things to be very simple. So unless I bring things very simply, I'd rather not bring them. So yes, if you want vouchers or something else I wanted to propose is maybe a beginner's course. How would you feel about going back to basics? Maybe you want to gift it to somebody, or you want to recommend it to somebody that has never done yoga, and it's intimidating. So yes, maybe a beginner's class. But most of the people that I teach have been with me for a while, so I don't want to. I don't know if a beginner's class will be the option, but yes, these are ideas. But yeah, thank you, Laura. So if there is nothing else for now, this is the first live that we do of this type. Some people have contacted me by email or by text, bringing suggestions. This has been included on what I talked about today. So thank you, Gina and Sheetal and Al and Lena for your contributions of questions. And if you want to talk to me more about other things, there is this Google document where you can add your comments or your questions, and that will stay open and we can continue doing it. I think it's much my makeup. Never mind. Don't scratch your eye when you're talking live and you put makeup on. So nice to put makeup. I never put makeup for my yoga classes, but I like wearing makeup. And Ayurveda says that it is very important to feel the best that you can feel. Wear makeup, put earrings, wear perfume. It doesn't matter if other people see it or not. What matters is that you feel well. All right, people, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. And I will see you on the mat. I will see you on the screens. And hopefully for 2021, we might have some opportunities to see each other in person and do some yoga festivals. Yay! All right, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.